Hi, this is Chuck. Today I just wanted to tell you about a new member resource we have available for you. What this is this is the labor installation standard. It's brand new. We just printed it and we just unveiled it at the Business and Leadership Conference a couple weeks ago. What I want to talk about is how to use this report. It's one thing to have all of the labor units and how long it takes to install certain devices and everything, but in this case, what I want to do is to give you some tips and some benchmarking ideas on really what to do with this. What I tell our members is that you don't want to take this from your desk and just throw it at your estimators and say, here you go. That's not a good idea. I always tell people that it does more harm to do that than it does good. The reason being is there's so much information at the front end of this about the other intangible things with the project. So, you got to factor in project management, material handling, some of those kind of things. And one of the things that I remind people of too is you don't want to use this anywhere other than internally. For example, you don't want to allow this to be used as a tool for your customers to ask for itemized labor pricing or to break out individual parts and how long it takes to do that, because it's all, as as part of a project, everything is integrated. So it might show you that something takes an hour to do it, but as part of a larger system, it may not tell the whole story. So you got to be real careful with how you use that, and you've got to remember that there's job site issues. Everything has varying degrees of difficulty and stuff. So there's always that, and the one big assumption with this document is that you have to have trained installers out there. So you can't pick up a piece of new equipment, use this labor and have it come out. It just won't. You don't have the efficiencies or the productivity if you're doing something for the first time. And what I call that is the IKEA Rule, IKEA. It's a popular store around here anyway, and it's my wife's favorite store. And why I use that example is that my wife and her friends, they go to IKEA a lot, and I always know it's going to be a bad day when they borrow my truck, and when they get home, the back of my truck's sitting like this. That means that they bought stuff at the IKEA store. Well, as you know, if anybody has to assemble those things, that some assembly and their projected assembly time is never quite right. So they might say something takes a half an hour to install this thing, to assemble this, but that's assuming you've done that type of thing before. So what generally happens at my house anyway is this huge heavy box takes 2 people to move it into the house. This thing has a bazillion parts to it. It has one little combination tool that you have to use. And this thing, in a cardboard box comes this enormous wall unit or something with 5,000 pieces in it. And if you get distracted at all, like let's say the ball game's on at the same time you're assembling this, you get to about step 63 or 64, you go watch the end of the ball game, you come back, you thought you were on step 66, you start from there and you miss something, you have to go back. The point I'm making is that if you did this day in and day out, and if you knew how to do these over and over again, it would take the 30 minutes. But if you're like me and you've never seen one of these things before and you get a little bit distracted, it's going to take you forever. So when you look at the labor installation, remember this is for trained installers, and it's for people that see that type of product regularly out there, not for the first time like you would if you buy something from IKEA. So that's why I call it the IKEA Rule. So anyway, it's a great tool. It's a great tool if used properly. Our corporate members can get this downloaded right off our website. It's nsca.org/research, and you can download it for free. If you want printed copies of that, there's a $49 charge plus shipping and handling on that. So anyway, it's a great report. Call me if you have any questions about how to use it. So thank you very much.